like and subscribe. What celebrity death hit you the hardest? Robin Williams, Steve Irwin, Alan Rickman, Grant Imahara. Like, he was such a part of my childhood, but I took him for granted. I loved his work and his passion and I tried to emulate it unconsciously. Like I wasn't a Grant fan, but in retrospect I was. And then one day he was gone, far too young, and all sorts of existence anxiety set in and it really rocked me. Chester Bennington. Mostly cause I grew up on Linkin Park and now the songs sound like suicide notes. Edit. I woke up to almost 7k upvotes and 19 awards. Chester definitely lives on through us. Anton Yelchin. His car rolled down his driveway and crushed him against his gate. It was just such a random thing to happen and had stuck with me more than any other celebrity deaths. Robin Williams. Growing up with his movies it honestly felt like a family member had died. Alex Trebek. Even though it wasn't sudden or anything, I have watched Jeopardy every day for as long as I can remember. He was just such a part of my everyday life, as much as any celebrity can be. Personally mine was Anthony Bourdain. Heath Ledger. Easily Chadwick Boseman. His death was such a shock and a surprise to everyone. I had loved him since he did 42 about Jackie Robinson, and was continuously excited for whatever movie he was in. It's a shame we will never be graced with his talent again. Edit. I just wanted to thank everyone for all of the awards. It's been really great to hear how much of an impact Chadwick has had on everyone. Chris Cornell. Jim Henson. I was just a kid at the time, but I grew up on Sesame Street and the Muppets and Labyrinth and the Dark Royster vertical bar. He has always been the one celebrity I regret never meeting. And the thought of just how much art and laughter we lost after he died young, mid-50s but going strong, still hurts. A recent one that is freshest in my mind and hit me hard was seeing Locke. Although I was born and grew up in America, I fell in love with English comedy and panel shows at a relatively young age, and anytime Sean Locke appeared on an episode, I knew it was going to be a good time. The past couple years I frequently watched and rewatched 8 Out, If 10 Cats does count down, and man, did he cause so much laughter. The past half year or so I didn't keep up with newer episodes as much, and didn't really see anything of the last season, and since I usually randomly watched episodes out of order on YouTube, never really noticed what other people did, that he was getting skinnier and more fragile. Cancer is no joke. When I found out he died it came out of nowhere. It tore me up having, to me, been so unexpected. Edit. I'm sorry to all of you who have found out about this through my post. What helped me to cope with it was surprisingly watching his videos. His humor is so good that it cuts through the pain of his absence. Edit 2. It feels almost wrong to have received so many awards and my first Reddit gold from breaking this news to a larger number of people, but thank you everyone, and certainly a testament to the impact his death had on so many people. If you are able, donate to Cancer Research UK or something local to your area/country in his honor. The Starman. David Bowie. Carrie Fisher. I remember feeling spaced out and depressed, really pondering about life afterwards. Star Wars was a big part of my childhood. When she passed I knew that the people we grew up are leaving us, personal and non-personal. One day we will grow up, impact someone else's life, then they will mourn us the same. Overseas. Mac Miller. Freddie Mercury. I was 11 and had just started getting into music. I remember I had taped A Kind of Magic from vinyl, so I could listen to it on my Walkman. I can clearly remember the BBC News report. Brittany Murphy. Her death was under such weird circumstances. Her husband died in the same home shortly after, under strange circumstances. There were reports her mother had sued the home builder that built their house because of mold issues that contributed to the medical conditions surrounding both of their deaths. Sir Terry Pratchett had to take the day off when I heard the and took away someone who could put into words complex issues, thoughts and modern social issues, and made them into an amazing world. New Terry Pratchett. Princess D. Her son's faces during the funeral procession broke me. Kobe. Maya Rivera. Mostly because of the way it happened. John Ritter. Leonard Nimoy. When I was a little kid, I was constantly bullied. I was also a huge Star Trek fan, which probably did not help with the bullying. Anyways, Nimoy Spock had no emotions. I thought that was the way to go when I was a kid being bullied. If I don't have emotions, they cannot hurt me. Unfortunately, Spock Eisner and Raylan neither are Vulcans, so I could only bury the pain for a long time. Eventually, things got better, but that day I was at work and my boss told me that Leonard Nimoy had died. It was like part of me died. I actually had to take a break to pull myself together. Prince. Chris Farley and John Candy. Did not hit me that hard, because I don't know them, but there was something so sad about those two dying so young. Maybe because they were also so lovely in their persona. Mr. Rogers. Showing my age, but Ayrton Senna. Best F1 driver ever, so much flair. He wasn't old, or depressed or sick, he was at the top of his game. And it looked like such a survivable crash. A suspension strut pierced his helmet. It was so sudden and unexpected, and only a day after Roland Ratzenberger died in a crash. In the wreckage of Senna's car they found an Austrian flag which he'd been planning to show after the race to honor him. Still saddens me. Trevor Moore. Also Tom Petty. Kurt Cobain. It was not so much sadness as total disillusionment that actually changed my world outlook. Brittany Murphy. I know I am a little bit too old for most of the readers here, but John Lennon's murder was the biggest generation landslide that I will ever experience. I'm surprised I haven't seen Selena on here. I was 9 and had all her tapes. I couldn't believe it. Amy Winehouse. If she had made it to 30 she would have probably stuck around into her 80s and made a lot more incredible music. Darla Ariadne 3. MF Doom. David Bowie. Philip Seymour Hoffman. You've been visited by the ghost of a very important man. Pay your respects by liking and subscribing, and he'll grant you 3 weeks of good luck.